Hey.
Hello. So I'm Laura, and I don't know if anybody knows why they're here, but basically, I'm just wanting to share with you what I'm so excited about and how I've just started out my own business. So yeah, I'm Laura Green, got that bit right, and I'm an independent consultant for Arbonne. So anybody that doesn't know what Arbonne is, Arbonne, it's basically it's an international company that does skincare, nutrition, and beauty products. So the full shebang. And how I found out about it was basically through Danny Facebook. He's here right now, and
Hello.
yeah, through her Facebook, we were sort of about the product. So I'd been looking for ages for products that were cruelty free, beneficial, sort of didn't test on animals at all, and were toxin free. So anything that didn't have the nasties and things. And it was quite hard to find all of that in one thing. So when I found this, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is how is this been hiding from me? So I basically had a look at other products and things. And whilst I was looking, I saw that there was so much like fun being had by people that were involved with Arbonne, and people were sort of like going on holiday rewards that they'd earned from doing the business, and they were having loads of fun. Like it was basically looked like a hobby, and I was like, like that looks really good. Like I want to know more. So I watched Danny's videos as well, and it explained all a bit about like the products themselves, and then about the business idea. And when I heard the business idea, I was like, no. I was just like, no way, like I need to get on it. So I basically, since starting, like I've only been in this like a month now, and not even that, is it? It's not even a month.
Yeah, I think is it about a month now, maybe?
Yeah, like I think it's about a month. We'll go with a month. But basically, in that time, like I've been to all these like conferences, like with like really inspirational people. Everyone's like giving their inspirational talks, and everyone's like really positive. And like you go into a room, and it's just like vibes. And this is like what the business is about. It's like this sort of almost like, it sounds dead cheesy, but like a little like famalam of all these like of all these really lovely people that are like some of them really successful. And it's kind of like they built themselves up from like, well, not like they're down here, but they've sort of seen the opportunity that Arbonne can like give to them, and built their like business up so high that they're like now, what is it, Danny? What's like the like million? Yeah, what's the top level?
National Vice President.
Yeah, and they've built their way up, and they're just like living a bit of this high life as I see it. But for me, like the reasons why I've done this, and I've done it on this vision board actually, which I was encouraged to do through starting Arbonne, and that's like one of my like key points of like starting was like the personal growth. So for me, like any job that's like, I've never had a job where you go in and they're like, oh yeah, read this book, you know, like watch this inspirational video, like go and sort of like, I'm not sure, just sort of anything that's visualizing, doing affirmations, like go and exercise, do all these things. And I've just sort of turned up to my job and they're like, okay, like see you next weekend, and you're like so for me, like if there's a job that can do that, then that's like what it's about. And usually if there's somebody that's got done successful, like anyone successful is probably loves their job. So for me, there's that side of it. Then there's like the change. So it's like a big thing. Like I saw the potential in it and how it can change people's lives, because you can eventually come off your like full-time job. You know, if you're in like a 9 to 5 job, this can like almost quadruple your earnings and things, and it's basically what you put in you get back. But I just saw that this is something that I really like can do, and that could change like a lot for me. And then this one is like that I just basically wanting to wake up like happy and wanting to do what it is that your job is. So yeah, like I've just had a lot of fun. Like I've met really great people. Like I've gone on like makeup masterclasses and things, and that sounds quite girly, but this is like for guys and girls. So I was like, I don't know, like I thought it was really nice to be able to have a job that you want to do. So basically to be like a little superwoman like, and just boss it, because I was like, I don't really want to, I feel like you can't boss it when you're in like like part-time job and things, because even if like you put your all into it, you don't really feel like you get rewarded. And I feel like Arbonne like has so many rewards of like these holidays, these trips, just even the training is like feels like you're on a bit of a retreat. So that's that. But then like the biggest thing for me, which I'm going to try and not get emotional about, because like it is emotional, is like the health side of it. So like not many people know, but like I have in the last few years like had a very up and mainly down like health struggles. And I think a lot of people like suffer either like physically with like or like mentally with a health thing. And I feel like if there's a job that does all this kind of like positive stuff, that's going to be good for your health. But also like, because I'm actually now decided to use just Arbonne products now, because they can be so beneficial for your health. So like the nutrition, the skincare, like I want to be putting in my body and like sharing with people something that's good for you and like toxin free. But also it's the fact that I don't have to work like long shifts. I can do this in my own time, whenever I'm wanting to, really, without pushing it. And I think anybody that does like struggle with health or doesn't want to push it to make themselves ill, it's like a good thing. But then there's the time freedom. So yeah, I'm just like dabbling in it wherever, basically, like around my uni. And basically like the finance as well. Like I've never been money driven or like a big like, oh, I'm going to be rich or anything. Like I do animal care, so I'm pretty much I'm happy to shovel poop, like as long as it's going to make a difference. So basically like I've not been money driven, but when I realized that you can actually do so much with money, so you can like achieve your own like goals and dreams and stuff. And like I really want to travel. Like I'd like to be able to drive. Like I'd like to be able to like eventually, if I could, I'd want to like, you know, buy a house for your family, like have like big dreams to actually do something. And you do need money like for that. And it is sad, but when you actually see that money is a good thing and this is like a way of doing it, then I thought, yeah, like I want to do that. And like the charity, like I want to give back to like a charity, maybe something that's like personal to me as well, with like health and stuff. And they get you involved with like charity work and things like that. But then yeah, there is the products as well themselves, with them being toxin free. And there are actually, I'm not going to say the word because I'm gonna just let you see that word because I feel like it's like, oh, vegan. But no, like I feel like this is really good because all the products, yeah, they aren't tested on animals. They are cruelty free, like even the ingredients and stuff. So for me, like I was just, in itself, I would have done it for that as well. Like even just one of these things I would have done it for, but when I saw that it was everything, I was like, oh gosh. But then lastly, like this just says, surround yourself with people who encourage and inspire you and believe in your dreams. And I feel really lucky that I'm like surrounded by like friends and family that do that anyway. But for me, someone that's encouraged me, inspires me, and that has believed in me is you, Danny. And you obviously know like a lot about the business side, like everything I've learned. Like I've only been in this like a month, and I feel like I could already speak about it forever. But yeah, you've inspired me and encouraged me, and so I'm going to let you sort of talk about the business side of it because you're a pro.
Oh, Laura, thank you so much. You're just the nicest person to be friends with. Like, and I feel like I've known you for so long now, and you're just an absolute shining star. And I can see your mum's on as well, and Heather, you should be so proud. She's just, I've got two daughters of my own, and if they turn out to be even anything like a snippet like what Laura Green is like, I feel like they'll have to come with her. Laura, you're just such a lovely, warm, nice person to be around. And I think the way the world is these days, there is so many critical people out there and negative moaners, and it's so refreshing to be around people like you, Laura, and your friends and your family who are all such nice people. I came over to Nottingham to one of Laura's launches with some products, and all of her friends were literally the nicest people like you could spend time with. So it's an absolute pleasure. So welcome everybody for coming on to Laura's launch. My name is Danny Wells, as Laura just said, and I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview of what Laura's business is, purely just because, as Laura said, I've had my business for coming up to 3 years now, so it's probably a little bit easier for me to explain what it is. I've will give you like a little warning now. I can talk and talk and talk like Laura. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you some bullet points. And at the end, it's only going to be about 10, 15 minutes. At the end, you're probably going to have some questions, and that's great. I love questions. Laura loves questions. So think about what your questions are, and then either message Laura or message me, whatever's better for you, and we can answer those questions. But I don't want to go through absolutely everything right now, because I just want to give you like a bit of an overview, because everyone's going to have different questions. So I'm going to just give you the nutshell of the business. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen. Just share that. And it is a bit of a PowerPoint presentation, but by no means is it death by PowerPoint. It just keeps me on track, because I am a little bit like Laura and I can go off on a tangent. So the reason why I decided to start my own online business was because it was too good to turn down. It was the most incredible opportunity that I'd heard of. I'm really into franchises, and I kind of get that if you have a franchise, you are able to earn an income every single month, whether you're there or not. The only problem is I didn't have £200,000 to set up a franchise and create that income. But when I heard about online businesses such as Arbonne, it was just a genius business model, because it's an online virtual franchise. It costs pittance to get started in terms of actually comparing it to other businesses. And like Laura said, it was so much fun, and I'm really into helping other people, much like Laura. I love giving word of mouth recommendations anyway, which is basically what this business is. It's basically using these products that I'm going to just touch on in a second and sharing your opinion on the products, which we all do. We all share opinions about films that we've seen at the cinema. I mean, this week, my Facebook has been filled with people's opinions on Beauty and the Beast film, and I haven't seen it yet, and I'm absolutely gutted, but I'm seeing it on Saturday, so I can't wait. So we all give opinions on things that we love. So imagine being paid for that. Imagine if you got paid every time you told somebody about the Beauty and the Beast film, or whatever film that you love. So that's basically what Arbonne is. Now, this company is incredible because it has been around for 36 years. And if you're thinking the same as what I thought 3 years ago, if it's such a great business and if the products are that good, why have I never heard of it? And that was my thoughts 3 years ago. And the reason why is because this company refused to pay for any advertisements. And the reason why they do that is because ultimately, when a company pays thousands of pounds for advertisements, that cost is being put on you, the consumer. So when we buy our makeup or our protein shakes or our skincare, anything like that, we're actually paying 80% of the cost of that product is paying for advertisements and for the product to be sold in a shop. So this company refused to pay for any advertisements. All they do is pay people like myself and like Laura and like thousands and thousands and thousands of other independent consultants to just give their word of mouth recommendations. So we get paid to basically advertise these products by actually using them, which is incredible. So a tiny little bit about the products. As Laura's already touched on, they are all made from botanical ingredients. So if you're into the whole natural route, you know, plant-based, if you're into that, these products are for you. I'm really into health, like Laura. I don't want any toxins in my body. I don't want any toxins in my household products. I want my products to be as clean and pure as humanly possible. And they're also gluten-free. So we all know somebody that has a gluten intolerance. Now, gluten intolerance don't just stop with what we put in our body. It also includes what we put onto our skin, because whatever we put onto our skin is absorbed. So if somebody has a gluten intolerance, they really need to use gluten-free products. So that's really key as well. We don't have any cheap, nasty bulking agents. So for me, I used to buy my buy one get one free shampoos and face wash and cheap makeup and all these things from the shops and wonder why they could be sold for £1. The reason why they can be sold so cheaply is because they're watered down. 90% of the bottles that you buy from the shops are watered down in byproducts, and one of the big byproducts is something called mineral oil, which is absolutely horrific. Mineral oil is in pretty much every shop bought product. and it's a waste product of petrol. So when they extract the crude oil from the ground for petrol, when they make petrol, pull it out from the ground, the oil, they're left with like a dirty scum at the top, and they scrape that scum off, and that is what they sell to the cosmetics industries because they can't get rid of it anywhere else. It's actually illegal to use in Switzerland. It's that harmful. They can't dispose of it on the environment because it's that harmful for the environment. So they sell it for gallons and gallons and gallons for pence to cosmetics industry. So that is how cosmetic industries can sell our products so cheap. And you're probably wondering, if it's that bad, why is it not illegal? Well, just remember when 30 years ago, smoking wasn't top. People weren't told that smoking wasn't bad. So in 30 years time, people are going to be so aware of these awful products that are allowed in our products. And we'll look back and think, oh my gosh, can you remember when we weren't aware of that? So it's a similar sort of concept. Mineral oil is in pretty much everything bought from a shop. So I used to put it on my children in their bubble bath. Baby oil is 100% mineral oil. Vaseline, lip balms, all these things, mineral oil. So if you don't take anything else from Laura's business launch, I really encourage you to go up to your bathroom and have a look on your dressing table and look at the ingredients on your products and check for mineral oil. It hides under about 60 different names. So Vaseline, petrolatum, paraffin liquidarium. If you just Google mineral oil, it'll give you all 60 names. If something that you're using has mineral oil in, you want to get that in the bin as fast as possible because it is so harmful to the skin. It's absolutely horrific. So we formulate without any of these nasties. So what does Laura have in her online shop? So she's got everything. She's got skincare for anti-aging, which is what I use, and I love it. She's got men's skincare. She's got skincare for sensitive skin, oily skin, dry skin, baby skin, teenage skin, acne-prone skin, something for everybody. So if you've got skin, she has got something for you. She's also got nutrition. The nutrition's fabulous. Now, for me, I used to wake up in the morning still feeling tired, and that is not a good sign. If you're waking up in the morning still tired, something's going on. And what it usually is poor nutrition, which it was for me. A lot of the time we buy our fruit and vegetables from the supermarket and we think we're eating healthily, but there's no nutritional value. Well, no, there is some, but not as much nutritional value in the fruits and vegetables these days because of how companies cut corners and how things are grown. So they're not being grown properly like they used to be back in the day. So a lot of people are not I can't know what the word is, they don't have the right nutrition. So we have to supplement. So Laura has a fantastic range. Oh, hang on, Laura, you're muted. Sorry, what you say?
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just saying I couldn't even say it. Malnourished. That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
So yeah, exactly like Laura said. So she's got nutrition that will cover everyone's sports range, protein shake, everything there. And then onto bath and body. So sun cream. And I know Laura was really interested in the sun cream because she knows a lot of people that suffer with prickly heat. Prickly heat is caused by mineral oil. So you need to make sure your sun cream does not have mineral oil in. So she has a mineral oil free sun cream. Shampoos for normal hair, for coloured hair. She's got spa treatment. She's got creams for everything. And then makeup range. So basically, if you wake up in the morning and you use any sort of personal care product, whether it's a hand wash, a deodorant, a toothpaste, take any nutrition, anything that you use, you can actually now buy from Laura's business at a phenomenal discount, and you'll be receiving a great product and supporting her business as well. So just to touch on again, why are these products not sold in a shop? So echoing again, the price. Prices of products that are sold in shop go up 80%. So think about when you buy a coffee from a coffee shop and you pay £3.50 for that coffee. We know that coffee actually only costs probably about 15 pence to make. You know, we are aware of that. So imagine if you could get your hands on the coffee. I'm only using coffee as an example. Imagine if you could get your hands on coffee for the price it costs to make based on somebody telling you where to get it from. That's basically network marketing. We cut out the whole middle process. And one of the reasons why our products will never, ever, ever be sold in a shop is something called parabens. So you might not have heard of parabens. I certainly hadn't until 3 years ago. Parabens are an artificial preservative that are put into products to give them a 7-year shelf life. So when you go into the shop and you pick up your products and they look a bit dusty and you kind of blow that dust off the top, it's because it's probably been there for 7 years. And if you think about an apple can't last 7 years, it would go off. same as products. So how do they enable these products to last 7 years? What they do is they put artificial preservatives in, parabens. Now, the only problem is with parabens is they're found in cancers. So that is really scary. And when you have a diagnosis of cancer, you are told to avoid parabens, which is great. Okay, right, I need to avoid parabens. But then people can't find products that are paraben free because all the products in the shop have got parabens in to have a shelf life. So I have a lot of people contact me, and Laura will have the same, that will contact me and say, Danny, my mum or someone in my family has had a diagnosis of cancer. We're all looking to go paraben free. Do your products have parabens in? And I can say, and Laura can say, we are free from parabens. We do not sell in shops, so we don't have to have parabens in. And it gives people that peace of mind. You know, most people these days want paraben-free products, but they don't know where to get them from, because if you go to a shop, they've got parabens in. So we do have some preservatives in our products, but they're made from bilberries and blueberries, so they're natural preservatives, you know, they're not artificial, which is fantastic. So from a business point of view, because you probably know somebody who you think they could do with an extra monthly income, a lot of us could. You might not personally, but I'm sure you know somebody that could really do with an extra, say, £1,000 a month. If they were to look at doing this business as well, like I do and like Laura does, the things that you want to say to them are, Laura's got this great business, she uses these fantastic products, she's taught and trained and mentored, and she earns this extra income every month in pockets of her time around everything else that she does. So it's really good for busy people. And you can say to the friend that you know that would benefit from this business, it's really good because it's a consumable product. So every month people buy toothpaste, they buy deodorant, they buy shampoo. It doesn't matter what their financial situation is. We never, ever, ever think, right, I've run out of shampoo or mascara, I'm not going to buy any till next month. That doesn't happen. So from a business point of view, people are buying these products all of the time. It's not like Laura's recommending, I don't know, say TVs, which, you know, TVs are great, but how often do people keep buying TVs? They don't. They buy one every like 5-10 years. So from a business point of view, Laura's shop has constantly got orders being put through it. People are logging into her shop the same way they do Amazon, ordering their products, putting their card details in. They're being delivered straight to their door, which is great. Laura doesn't have to do any catalog drop off. She doesn't have to take any money off anybody. It's all online, and these products are delivered straight to the consumer's door within 2 working days, and Laura gets paid for that, which is fantastic. So if you know somebody that would benefit from this business, you can tell them it's great because it's a consumable product. So there's constantly 24/7 people logging onto the shop to order these products. The second thing is there is a massive demand for health and wellness. So we've already seen the housing boom. You know, if you could go back in time and buy a house or several houses before the housing boom, you were in a good position. And then we had the .com boom. So if you could have bought into Google or Facebook or Amazon, all these .com booming websites, you know, you'd have been in a good place. A good place to be right now is in the middle of health and wellness. If you can be involved in health and wellness, that is the next $1 trillion industry. Nothing else. Health and wellness. Health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. So you need to tell your friend, this is in health and wellness. This is fantastic. The third thing is you can leverage your time. So right now, Laura has been doing uni work all day, or she's supposed to have been doing anyway, I hope she has. While she's been working on her university work, her business, her website has been running 24/7. It doesn't close, it runs 24/7. So she has people logging onto her website, placing orders, even though she's not there. She's not there to open up a shop at 9 o'clock in the morning, stand in a shop and then close it at 5 o'clock at night. It's online. So even when Laura goes on holiday for say 2 weeks and she's not checking on her phone or on her laptop, her website is still running. So she's able to generate an income without actually having to be there, which is fantastic. So that's leveraging your time. And then lastly, it's on the internet, which is genius. So you can be anywhere in the world and your shop is internet based. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm coming to the end. So what is it that Laura actually does in a nutshell? So this is what we say: stop, start, share. So stop buying skincare products in the retail stores and paying their overheads, and then start enjoying the benefits of Arbonne products. Start buying superior products at a discount from your own online business. So you buy from yourself at a mammoth discount, and then you start getting paid when other people take your recommendation that you've given them and order products for themselves. And then you just share that information with other people. Now, 90% of the population care a lot about their health. So this is a fantastic business for them to either be involved with, or a fantastic product base for them to be involved with as a product consumer. So it's such a simple business model, so simple. So if you know somebody like Laura that really wants to be involved with this as a business, I'm just going to run through how much you earn, and then I'll hand it back over to Laura. So the first level, there's only 4 levels in this business. The first level is a district manager. So this is level number 1. This is where Laura will be in the next month or 2. So at level number 1, the average income is about £150 a month, and it takes roughly 7 months to get there. Now I'm going to tell you what my figures were, because I think most of us kind of consider ourselves a little bit above average. I know I certainly did. It took me 4 months to get to level 1. My income here was about £700 a month. So just to give you an idea of what the average is and what actually happens to most people. So that's level 1, £700 a month. What would £700 a month look like for you every single month? For me, that made a massive difference to our family lifestyle. Right, level number 2 is an area manager, and you build through the levels through the business that you have growing. So as your products are growing through your business, as people are purchasing products, that's how you grow through the levels. So level number 2, area manager. The average time to get here is 20 months, and the average income a month is £850. So for me, it took me 6 months to get to level 2, and my average income here was £2,000 a month. So what would £2,000 a month look like for you? For us, it meant we could start just booking holidays without having to think, oh my gosh, we've got to go on a night flight because it's cheaper. We've only got to go away for 7 days because it's cheaper than 14 days. We didn't have to compromise anymore. £2,000 a month extra every single month meant that we didn't have to do any kind of compromising, which was fantastic. And that was 6 months in. And your business is willable as well. So if anything happens to you, your paycheck is still given to whoever you will your business to every single month. So for me, it would be my husband. For Laura, it would be her mum, or whoever you will your business to will receive that paycheck every month. Level number 3 is a regional vice president. It takes a couple of years on average to reach this level, and the average income is just under £4,000 a month. So for me, it took me 11 months, so within the year, to reach level 3, and my average income is between about £5,000 and £6,000 a month. So at this point within the year, I was able to say to my husband, you can leave your job now because I've got it covered financially. So what would an extra £6,000 a month look like for you? Would it mean that you could actually start saving up to buy a house without having a mortgage? Can you imagine buying a house mortgage free? Laura's got a vision board up. It's incredible. So it just makes such a difference. And you can even donate a lot of that to charity or to causes that you're passionate about. And then lastly, the last level, national vice president. It takes roughly about 4 or 5 years to reach the very, very top level. And your average income here is £15,000 a month, and there's no cap. So as your business online is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, which it does, your income is going to grow. It's a bit like being involved with Amazon when it first launched and earning 1% of Amazon turnover. When it first launched, your income probably would only have been a couple of £1,000s a month if you're earning 1% of Amazon. But imagine what you'd earn now if you were earning 1% of Amazon. Like, there's no cap. It's incredible. So this business is remarkable. At all 4 levels, you're also eligible to earn trips. So for me, I've been on a Caribbean cruise with this company. I've been on a Bahamas trip, Disney World with my children, Arizona 3 times, Las Vegas twice. So loads and loads of trips if you want to earn the trips. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can go for earning the trips. And you're also at level 3 given a cash bonus every month to buy or lease a white Mercedes. And that is a thank you from the company to say thank you for helping other people have their households free of all these toxins in products. That is a thank you to you. So I'm going to pass you back to Laura. As I said, I can talk. But if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me. You're welcome to ask Laura. But I'm going to hand it back over to Laura.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Like literally every time I hear it again, like it like hits me again and makes so much sense. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm doing it. And like literally, if anybody like has any questions like about the business like itself, because obviously it sounds like quite a lot to take in, but actually like it is a really simple thing to do. And like if I can do it, and like already today I've thrown pineapple all over the floor, like my raisins, I've got burnt in the shower, like got mascara down my face, and like I'm just a bit of a like farce. And it's like if anybody can do it, if I can do it, then like anybody can do it that wants to. Like you just have to be like willing to like learn a little bit, and like there is like the products, there is something for everybody, and I feel like there is something like good for everybody in it. So like if anyone does have any questions or like wants to speak to me about it, then I'm like always happy to like speak about it. So yeah, and thank you for like coming as well and like listening, because it means a lot. Like it's exciting.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, is that everyone going now?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't leave me. Yeah.